Harry Spencer? Did someone say identity crisis? We break down weekend reports that Harry contemplated changing his last name out of spite, and in my opinion, a desperate bid to hijack his mother's legacy. From Spare to Spencer, Prince Harry is a man adrift. Prince William's younger brother's reported attempt to change his last name to Spencer is more than just a name swap. It's a red flag that he's in the midst of a deep identity crisis. For someone who once embraced his royal role with pride, this latest move feels like an emotional free fall. According to the Daily Mail, Prince Harry not only considered changing his last name to Spencer, he even sought guidance from his uncle Earl Spencer on the matter. Insiders say Harold explored the possibility of adopting his late mother, Princess Diana's maiden name, which would have meant abandoning the Mountbatten-Windsor surname. You know, the same name he shares with his kids, Archie and Lily, though Meghan Markle recently claimed that their last name was Sussex now. It's always now. I always say Sussex now. During a rare visit to the UK post-Megxit, Harry's believed to have had a candid conversation with Earl Spencer at the family estate in Althorpe. Not like Earl's got any bigger problems on his hands right now, but while the discussion was said to be cordial, Earl Spencer advised against the idea of changing his name, noting the avalanche of legal complications involved. The mere fact that Harry entertained such a drastic move, especially one likely to anger both King Charles and Prince William, underscores the depth of the ongoing tensions within the royal family and proves that the word consequences continues to escape this 40-year-old man's vocabulary. Mountbatten-Windsor, a combination of the Windsor name and Prince Philip's adopted surname, is the formal surname designated for descendants of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. It's very special. Both Harry and Meghan's children bear this surname on their birth certificates. The Daily Mail reports that technically, quote, you do not have to follow a legal process to start using a new name, but the government suggests on its official website using a deed poll to apply for or to change official documents such as a passport or driving license. Aside from public and family backlash, the biggest consequence of legally changing their names would potentially be a disruption or removal of their fancy royal titles. Yes, an act of parliament is required, but any more hissy fits from Montecito and they might be poking the bear. While Meghan told Oprah Winfrey back in 2021 that titles like princess and duchess were not important to her, the Sussex title situation has actually proven to be an incredibly sensitive subject for Harry and Meghan. Meghan told, all the grandeur attached to this stuff has never meant anything, not part of the attraction at all. LOL. Okay. Loose fruit spread by the Duchess of Sussex. Follow the Duchess of Sussex on Instagram. Jamie Kern-Lima's big podcast guest get? Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. In Harry's interview with Anderson Cooper for CBS's 60 Minutes, he angrily addressed why he and Meghan haven't renounced their titles. When asked directly, Harry replied, and what difference would that make? Well, it would give an ounce of credibility to the horror stories you peddle about your family, but since you remain so eager to represent the royals through the use of your titles, it tells the world that they ain't that bad. It also makes you look greedy and shameless to slap your titles on everything from edible flower petals, I'm joking, to what will she sell next? Weight Watchers, like our girl Fergie? They were given their Sussex titles by the late, great Queen Elizabeth on the day of their wedding in 2018. Little did she know that they would make the last few years of her life a living hell, as well as violate the terms of the Sandringham Agreement, with Meghan sending swag around town to promote her brand, signed Duchess of Sussex. Meghan recently insisted her surname is Sussex now, correcting a guest on her Netflix series in episode 2 of With Love, Meghan, which was released in March. The 43-year-old allegedly former actress was joined by comedian Mindy Kaling. Meghan told her, it's so funny you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know, I'm Sussex now. The scene was unintentionally incredibly funny. Meghan Markle has only visited the county of Sussex once. If she's still searching for ideas for As Ever's relaunch in 2026, might I suggest bottling up some of that delusion? After stepping down as working royals, Harry insisted he wasn't walking away from his family, just from the system. But this, Harry Spencer, this is symbolic. Changing his name to Spencer would be an outright rejection of his Windsor family. The name tied to his father, his brother, and his royal birthright. It suggests he's not just leaving the institution, but actively trying to erase ties to it. Why Spencer? Because it's Diana's name. It's romantic in a tragic sort of way, but it's also a fantasy. Diana was beloved because she was forced to play by the palace's rules and still managed to outshine them. Harry had every privilege, platform, and PR army behind him, yet he keeps trying to rewrite himself as her second coming. The reality, he's not Diana. And clinging to her name doesn't change that. Meghan, even more so. In Tom Bower's book, Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors, Bower detailed a tense meeting between the prince and members of Princess Diana's family. According to Revenge, Harry assumed that Diana's family and friends would see a similarity between Diana and his fiancée. However, Harry was reportedly so disappointed when Diana's family disagreed. No one agreed that his vulnerable mother had anything in common with his girlfriend, Bower noted. More discomforting for him, they thought Meghan would not fit in with the royal family. Though Diana's sisters didn't directly challenge the relationship, it was Charles who voiced concerns, Earl Spencer. The Earl advised Harry to avoid rushing into marriage. There are rumors that Prince William actually instigated this conversation. His advice provoked a bitter reaction, Bower wrote. This was going to be really hard. Harry would later reflect on establishing Meghan's place in the family. To me, this Spencer story reflects a broader pattern in Harry and Meghan's public lives. Their repeated use of Princess Diana's memory as a kind of emotional currency, whether it's referencing her in interviews, invoking her struggles in their media projects, or now reportedly wanting to adopt her last name. Diana's legacy has become a central pillar in how the Sussexes frame their own narrative. But instead of honoring her memory, they're leaning on it to legitimize their own choices and controversies, trying to tap into Diana's enduring popularity to boost their own image. Approaching his uncle, Earl Spencer, for name change approval shows Harry's desperately searching for belonging and legacy anywhere but with the Windsors. But the Spencers didn't raise Harry. They didn't mold his identity. It reeks of a man grasping for roots because he's cut off the very ones that shaped him. And I can't stress this enough. Rebranding isn't healing. You don't find yourself by changing your name, Rachel Meghan Markle, Sussex now, especially when the issue isn't the name, but the unresolved pain behind it. Harry seems stuck in a loop of blaming, rebranding, and running rather than doing the hard work of reconciling who he is without the titles, the cameras, or the family drama. If Prince Harry really is looking to become a Spencer, it's not just a name change. It's a cry for direction. For someone who's tried so hard to step into his own spotlight, he still seems to be living in someone else's shadow. That's not independence. That's being lost. From Spare to Spencer, right? Agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kinsey Schofield.